The NYU Club Fair turns the plaza into a noisy maze of tables and flyers. Lexi Lynn stands behind a wobbly folding table, wearing a Film Lovers Society tee and a brave smile. Movies are basically therapy. She tells a freshman. We have popcorn, and nobody judges you for crying. The freshman reaches for a flyer. Lexi relaxes. Then a shadow leans over her table. Lynn. A guy in a drama club hoodie says, loud on purpose. Still running this sad little club. Brian Lewis, Sr. Loud ego, louder smirk. Lexi keeps her smile. It is not sad. It is compact. Like a smart apartment. Brian taps her flyers hard enough to rattle the table. Merge into drama club. I will give you resources. You will stop embarrassing yourself. We are not merging. Lexi says. Brian's grin turns sharp. He grabs a handful of flyers like he is about to scatter them. Lexi lunges, shielding the stack. No. Brian freezes. Not because he cares. Because someone has grabbed his wrist. Let go. Noah Carter says. Lexi blinks. She knows that hand, that calm strength. Noah stands beside her in a plain black tee, eyes steady, jaw set. Brian yanks. Noah does not move. This is between me and Linear, mind your business. Her business is my business. Noah says, and steps half a pace in front of Lexi. Brian scoffs. You think you can scare me? I am negotiating. Negotiation does not involve grabbing. Noah says, voice even. Then he raises it just enough for the nearest circle to hear. Everyone saw that. Decide if you want to join a club led by a bully. Freshmen whisper, a few step away from Brian's table. Brian's confidence cracks. I was joking. Brian says too fast. He leans toward Lexi, voice low. You will regret this. Noah angles his shoulder in front of her. Walk away. Now. Brian glances at the staring crowd, then spits out. This is not over. And storms off. Lexi exhales, hands shaking now that the danger is gone. Noah, why are you here? You had lab. Noah's expression softens for a beat. Schedule change. And by schedule change, he means he ditched lab. Ella Moore says, popping up with perfect timing. Noah shoots her a warning look. Ella. Ella grins at Lexi. Crazy how he always accidentally appears when you are in trouble. Lexi waves her off and turns back to Noah, warm and grateful. Thank you. I owe you dinner. Burgers. The good place. Noah hesitates like the word dinner carries weight. Then he nods once. Okay. Ella gasps. He said okay. Lexi, do you understand what this means? Lexi squints. It means he wants fries. Noah turns away, ears pink. Lexi does not notice. She is already handing out flyers again, glad her boy next door is close. After the crowd thins, Lexi packs her flyers into a tote bag. Noah follows her to the edge of the plaza like it is the most normal thing in the world. You really ditched lab. Lexi says, elbowing him lightly. I traded with a classmate. Noah answers, too quick. Ella walks backwards in front of them, grinning. That is not a trade. That is a sacrifice. Noah stares her down. Go bother someone else. Ella laughs and finally peels off toward another table, still waving at Lexi like she is watching a live show. Lexi slows, suddenly aware of how quiet it is when it is just Noah. You did not have to do that. She says, softer now. Brian was annoying, but I could handle him. Noah stops. For a second, his calm cracks, just a hair. I saw him grab you. He says. You should not have to handle that. Lexi's chest warms in that familiar way, the way it always does around him. She tries to joke it away. So you are my personal security. Noah looks at her. Always. The word is simple. It still makes Lexi blink. She clears her throat and points toward the subway entrance. Okay, Mr. Always. Walk me to the train. I need my protector. Noah nods like it is an agreement he made years ago. He walks beside her, matching her pace, just close enough. Lexi chats about movie night and club snacks, and how she almost dropped the table on her foot. Noah listens, quiet, patient, as if her nonsense is important. At the turnstile, Lexi swings her tote bag up and grins. Burgers tonight. You cannot escape. Noah's mouth twitches. I am not trying to. Lexi laughs and hops onto the train, waving through the closing doors. Noah stays on the platform until the train disappears, hands in his pockets, watching like he is counting the seconds until she is safe. Lexi starts her first job at Sterling and Slate Advertising with a new badge and nervous hands. The planning department meeting room smells like coffee and fresh printouts. The manager smiles. This is Lexi Lin, account planning specialist. Lexi waves. Hi. Then he gestures to the head of the table. And this is Noah Carter, our creative director. Lexi's brain short-circuits. Noah sits there in a dark suit, hair neat, expression cool. The same face she has known for 20 years, only sharper now, more adult, more impossible. His eyes meet hers, a flicker of warmth, gone in an instant. Welcome. Noah says, calm and professional. The meeting blurs. When it ends, Lexi sprints to his glass office and knocks, then opens the door anyway. Noah. He looks up from his tablet, the corner of his mouth lifting. Lexi, you are supposed to wait. Explain. Lexi demands. You told me you were doing research, labs, science, Nobel Prizes. Plans change. Noah says. To advertising. To advertising. Lexi points at him. And you did not tell me because. Noah pauses, eyes lingering on her like he is checking that she is real. I did not think it mattered. It matters to me. Lexi groans. My childhood best friend is my boss. You are not my best friend. Noah says, too controlled. Lexi gapes. I have known you since my mom burned dumplings and your dad brought a fire extinguisher. Noah exhales, the smallest crack in his mask. At work, keep it professional. Lexi salutes. Yes, sir. Can I still call you Noah when you are not being scary? After a beat, Noah says. Yes. The first week, Lexi expects him to be strict. He is. Yet her life becomes mysteriously easier. A nightmare client gets reassigned. Hot coffee appears beside her keyboard during late nights. Her drafts come back with sharp edits, and also quiet praise. Ella slides into the chair beside her with a grin. He is doing boyfriend management. No. Lexi says. He is doing boss management. On Friday, Ethan Davis shows up with an easy smile. A bunch of us are grabbing dinner. You should come. Lexi brightens. Sure. A shadow falls over her desk. Noah stands there, folder in hand. Lexi, stay late. Revisions for Northline. Lexi blinks. You said it was strong. It is. Noah says. Now it needs to be stronger. Ethan's smile stiffens. Another time then. He leaves. Ella leans in, delighted. Jealous. Lexi rolls her eyes. Allergic to fun. Through the glass, Noah looks down at his folder like he just did something dumb and cannot stop himself. Then he straightens, mask back on, and Lexi tells herself she is imagining it. The next day, Lexi tries very hard to act normal. She fails by 10 a.m. Noah runs a creative review with the planners. He asks Lexi one question that makes her brain sweat. Then, without looking at her, he says, "Good catch." Like he is dropping a coin into her pocket. At lunch, Lexi corners Ella by the vending machines. He praised me. Lexi whispers, shocked. In public. Ella bites her chips and smiles. Because he is proud of you. And because he has been proud of you since you learned how to tie your shoes. That is not romantic. Lexi protests. Ella shrugs. It is romantic if he is only like that with you. Lexi tries to test the theory. She watches Noah in meetings. He is polite to everyone. He is direct with everyone. He is also distant with everyone. With Lexi, the distance keeps slipping. A hand on her chair when he leans to point at a slide. A quiet. Drink water. When he sees her forget. A message in the project chat at 11 p.m. Go home. I will handle the rest. Lexi ignores it and stays anyway. 10 minutes later, security drops off a bag on her desk. Inside is a sandwich, a tiny carton of milk, and a sticky note. Eat, do not argue. Lexi stares at it, half laughing, half stunned. Ella snaps a picture like a paparazzi. This is evidence. Ella whispers. You cannot deny the evidence. Stop collecting my life like a documentary. Lexi says, cheeks hot. On Friday, after Ethan leaves, Lexi stands and walks to Noah's office. She knocks, properly this time. Come in. Noah says. Lexi steps inside and closes the door behind her. So, she says, leaning on the chair across from his desk. Did Northline suddenly become urgent, or did you just rescue me from dinner? Noah's eyes flick up, then away. Northline is urgent. Lexi waits. Noah adds, too stiff. And Ethan is distracting. Lexi laughs. Distracting to who? Noah's jaw tightens. To you. Right. Lexi says, amused. Because I am weak to ramen invitations. Noah's gaze returns, sharper now. He is not offering ramen. He is offering attention. He pauses like he regrets speaking. Then he says, softer. You deserve the right kind. Lexi's heart trips. She covers it with a grin. What is the right kind? Vegetables. Noah exhales, almost a laugh. Go home, Lexi. Lexi salutes again and leaves, but her thoughts follow her out. Noah said attention like it mattered, like he cared who gave it to her. Ethan does not quit. He levels up. On Tuesday morning, red roses land on Lexi's desk with a card. For the brightest part of my day. Lexi laughs, cheeks warm. Okay, that is sweet. Ella fans herself. Noah is going to combust. Right on cue, Noah steps out of his office, pauses at the roses, and goes very still. Company policy. He says. No strong fragrances, allergies, productivity. They are flowers, not a bomb. Lexi says. Noah lifts the bouquet with 2 careful fingers and carries it away. You can take them home after work. At lunch, Lexi returns to find the roses gone. In their place is a bundle of vegetables, taped with a note. Eat your vegetables, vitamins. Lexi wheezes with laughter. Ella slaps the desk. Romantic sabotage with produce. Lexi marches to Noah's office and drops the vegetables on his desk. Explain the salad. Noah looks at the pile, calm to the point of madness. You skip lunch when you are stressed. Eat. You stole my roses. Flowers are distracting. Noah says, voice low. So you replaced them with bok choy. Vegetables are practical. Lexi laughs harder. You are impossible. Noah holds her gaze like he wants to say something real, then retreats behind calm. Go, please. 2 days later, Ethan invites her to ramen after work. Lexi agrees, and Noah appears at 5:30 like a curse. Quick question about the North Line brief. Noah says, standing in the doorway, blocking escape. Ethan laughs awkwardly. Man, you guys work hard. We do. Noah says, not looking at him. Inside the office, Lexi crosses her arms. What? Noah stares at her, jaw tight. Do you trust Ethan? Lexi frowns. He is just asking me to eat noodles. Noah exhales, frustrated at himself. Forget it. No. Lexi says. Why are you like this? Noah's eyes flash. Because he is not asking for noodles. Lexi's heart kicks. Before she can answer, Noah opens the door and ends the conversation. The weekend retreat finishes the job. At the bonfire, Ethan lifts a guitar. I have a song for someone who makes work feel like summer. Lexi sinks into her hoodie. Ella squeals. Across the fire, Noah stands up smoothly. Game first. Noah says. Loser performs. Everyone cheers. The game, by pure coincidence, is movie trivia. Lexi dominates. Ethan flops. Ethan ends up forced to sing a nursery rhyme off key. The group howls. Lexi laughs until her stomach hurts. She looks at Noah and catches a quick, satisfied smile that vanishes the moment he notices her watching. You did that. Lexi accuses. Noah looks innocent. I love fair competition. Lexi laughs again, and the sound feels like home. She just does not realize yet that home has always been Noah. Noah's jealousy does not stay in the break room. It follows Lexi into the elevator. One morning, Ethan steps in beside Lexi, smiling. Morning, Lexi. You look bright today. Lexi is about to say thanks when Noah enters at the last second. He stands between them without a word, facing the doors like a human wall. Ethan chuckles. Tough day. Noah answers, deadpan. Normal day. Lexi bites her lip to stop laughing. When the elevator dings, Noah waits until Lexi steps out first, like he is escorting her through a battlefield. Later, Ethan sends Lexi a calendar invite. Dinner, 7 p.m., Italian. Lexi clicks accept, then glances away for 1 second. When she looks back, the invite has changed. Dinner, 7 p.m., team brainstorm. Location conference room B. Lexi stares at her screen. Ella rolls over in her chair, wheezing. He edited your calendar. That is villain behavior. He cannot do that. Lexi says, horrified. Ella points. He already did. Lexi storms into Noah's office and slaps her laptop down. Did you change my calendar invite? Noah looks up, calm. No. Lexi narrows her eyes. Liar. Noah holds her gaze for a beat, then says. It was a conflict. It was dinner. Lexi argues. With pasta. Noah's voice stays flat. Pasta can be rescheduled. Lexi throws her hands up. You are unbelievable. Noah's eyes flick to her lips, then away. He speaks slower, careful. Lexi, you do not see what he is doing. What is he doing? Lexi demands. Noah's throat works. Trying to take you. Lexi freezes. The sentence is too intimate, too possessive, too honest. Her cheeks warm. Her heart stutters. Noah steps back, mask snapping into place. Go, work. Lexi walks out like she is floating. Ella watches her with a gleeful grin. Say it. Ella whispers. Lexi shakes her head fast. Do not. Ella leans closer anyway. He said take you. Noah Carter said take you. She sighs dramatically. I am thriving. Lexi tries to pretend her heartbeat is normal. It is not. At the retreat, after Ethan's disaster song, Noah walks Lexi back to the cabins. The path is dark, lit by string lights and phone screens. You did not have to embarrass him. Lexi says, still laughing. Noah keeps his eyes forward. He embarrassed himself. Lexi bumps his shoulder. You are a terrible liar. Noah glances at her. And you are a terrible observer. Lexi frowns. What is that supposed to mean? Noah opens his mouth, then closes it. He exhales and stops walking. For a second, it looks like he might finally say the truth. Then a coworker yells their names, asking about marshmallows. The moment breaks. Noah steps forward again, voice calm, walls back up. It means go to sleep. Tomorrow will be worse. Lexi watches him walk, heart loud, wondering what he almost said. North Line goes from exciting to brutal in 1 week. The client changes direction 3 times, emails at midnight, and calls with threats. On the 4th night, Brian Lewis calls Lexi directly. This is not what we asked for. He snaps. Maybe you are not qualified. Then he hangs up. Lexi stares at her phone, throat burning. A tear slips out, then another, until she is crying at her desk under fluorescent light. Ella wraps an arm around her. Hey, he is a jerk. We will fix it. They try. 2 hours of edits. Nothing clicks. Midnight turns the office quiet and heavy. A soft knock. Noah stands there, sleeves rolled up, tie loosened, eyes sharp with concern. Ella. Noah says quietly. Go home. I will handle this. Ella looks between them, then grabs her bag. Do not fight it. She whispers to Lexi and escapes. Noah pulls a chair beside Lexi and takes the deck gently. Show me. He keeps changing everything. Lexi says, voice rough. Noah scrolls, calm. He is testing you. He wants you to panic. Steel slides into his tone. We will not give him that. They work for hours, Noah guiding without lecturing, pushing without crushing. He makes the mess make sense. He makes Lexi feel capable again. At 2:45, the deck finally clicks into place. Lexi leans back, exhausted, and looks at Noah. His face is tired, but he is still here, still steady. Thank you. She whispers. Do not thank me. Noah says. I am going to. Lexi insists. I was falling apart. You are allowed to fall apart. Noah says, voice low. Just not alone. Lexi blinks, throat tight. How do you always know when I need you? Noah does not answer. He returns with a warm paper cup and sets it in front of her. Milk. Drink. Lexi stares. You keep milk in the office. For emergencies. Noah says, eyes averted. So I am an emergency. Noah meets her gaze, guard slipping. Yes. The word lands like a truth Lexi cannot unhear. Noah straightens quickly. Tomorrow, you do not take Brian's calls alone. Lexi nods, too stunned to argue. As she walks out into the cold night, she realizes something simple. Noah is not like this with everyone. Noah is choosing her, again and again. The next morning, Noah makes good on his promise. When Brian calls, Noah answers on speaker with Lexi beside him. Brian. Noah says, polite and cold. This is Noah Carter. Lexi is here with me. Brian pauses, then laughs like it is all a joke. Oh, protective, are we? We are professional. Noah replies. State your feedback. Brian tries to twist the knife anyway. Tell Lexi not to cry this time. Lexi flinches. Noah's voice drops, dangerous. Do not speak to her like that. Brian clears his throat. Fine. Fix slide 7. Reduce the risk language. And hurry. He hangs up. Lexi stares at the phone, anger burning away the last of her shame. How does he still exist? She mutters. Noah looks at her. Because people let him. His gaze sharpens. I will not. Lexi studies Noah's face, the tight control, the quiet fury held under it. You remember the club fair? She says softly. Noah's eyes flicker. I remember everything. Lexi laughs, nervous. That is scary. It is useful. Noah says. Then he adds, quieter. It is also why I do not like seeing you hurt. Lexi's breath catches. She forces herself to tease him, because teasing is safer than feeling. So you are allowed to be a hero, but I am not allowed to be sad. Noah's mouth twitches. You can be sad. You can be angry. He pauses. Just do not think you have to handle it alone, because you do not. Lexi nods, throat too tight for words. In that moment, she notices something small. Noah's hand is slightly unsteady, like he is holding back more than anger. Like he is holding back love. The Northline pitch room is too bright, too quiet. Lexi stands beside the screen, clicker in hand, forcing steady breath. Noah sits near the front, calm as stone. Ryan Lewis arrives with the client team and smirks when he sees Lexi. Well, look who it is. Lexi ignores him and starts the deck. For 10 minutes, it goes well. Heads nod. Notes get taken. Then Brian lifts a hand. Hold on. He looks at the executives, then back at Lexi, casual cruelty in his tone. I heard the core idea is not original. Plagiarism is a serious concern. Lexi freezes. That is not true. Prove it. Brian says, smiling. Noah stands. The chair scrape cuts through the room. Brian, you want proof. You will get proof. Lexi pulls up their appendix, time-stamped drafts, notes, version history. Noah adds a screen recording of a brainstorming call, captured weeks ago. The evidence is clean. The timeline is brutal. An executive leans forward. That seems clear. Brian tries again, eyes narrowing. Anyone can fabricate a timeline. Then he turns it personal. I also heard Lexi has a history, cutting corners, copying in college. Heat rises in Lexi's face. Old fear tries to wake up. Noah steps closer, voice cold. What you have is a personal vendetta. He faces the executives. Brian bullied Lexi at NYU. He threatened her when she refused him. Noah does not blink. He is doing the same thing now, with a title and a suit. The lead executive's expression hardens. Brian, is that true? Brian's smile cracks. That was college nonsense. No. Noah says. It was abuse. He turns back to the table. If you continue to defame my employee, we will involve legal. Silence stretches. The executives exchange looks. One of them clears his throat. Okay, we have seen enough. The work is strong. The meeting ends with polite handshakes and controlled faces. Brian lingers, furious, then hisses at Lexi. This is not over. It is over. Noah says quietly. Stay away from her. When the door closes, Lexi sags, adrenaline crashing. Noah looks at her. Are you okay? Lexi laughs weakly. That question is becoming your brand. It is my priority. Noah says. He reaches into his bag and pulls out a small worn notebook. He holds it out like it is fragile. This is for you. Lexi frowns. Why? Because you deserve to know. Noah says, voice rough. Lexi opens it. Entries, dated across years. 3rd grade. Lexi cried because someone stole her lunch money. I walked her home. Freshman year. Brian tried to humiliate her. Her hands were shaking. First day at Sterling and Slate. She looked like she might run. I wanted to tell her she could always come to me. Year 20. She cried at her desk. I brought her milk. I wanted to hold her. I did not. Lexi flips to the last line. I have loved her on purpose for 20 years. Her vision blurs. She looks up, shaking. Noah, you idiot. Noah flinches, braced for pain. I know. Lexi laughs through tears. Idiot for thinking I would not want this. She presses the notebook to her chest. I just did not know. Noah's breath catches, hope and fear colliding in his eyes. And for the first time, Lexi understands. All those years were not brotherly. They were love, stubborn and patient, waiting for her to look up. After Noah hands her the notebook, Lexi cannot stop turning pages. Every entry is a small proof, a small choice, a small act of staying. You wrote like this when we were kids. Lexi says, voice thick. Noah nods once. I started when I was 8. His eyes drop. It helped me feel close to you when you were not next door. Lexi blinks. When was I not next door? Noah hesitates, then says, Summer camp. You forgot my number. His mouth twitches, but the hurt behind it is real. I pretended I did not care. I cared. Lexi laughs through tears. I was 10. I forgot my own number. I know. Noah says, softer. That is why I kept showing up. Lexi stares at him, chest full. You kept showing up. She repeats, like she is testing the words. Noah takes a slow breath. I did not mean to put weight on you. He says. I just could not stop choosing you. Lexi presses the notebook to her heart. It is heavy. She whispers. In a good way. Noah's gaze flicks to her lips, then to her eyes, like he is fighting himself. Lexi. He says, and the name sounds like a confession. The office door slams open and Ella storms in any way. She takes one look at Lexi's face, and Noah's expression and points. Do not you dare stop now. Noah closes his eyes, defeated. Ella. Ella grabs Lexi's shoulders and shakes gently. Tell him you read it. Tell him you are not blind anymore. Lexi laughs, crying, and nods. I am not blind anymore. Noah opens his eyes and looks at Lexi like he is hanging over a cliff. Lexi does not know how to say everything in the office. She only says, meet me after work, somewhere not fluorescent. Noah exhales like he has been drowning. Anywhere. He says. Noah texts her that evening. Meet me at Riverside Park, please. Lexi arrives at sunset, notebook in her bag, heart too loud. Noah waits by the path where they used to race scooters as kids. You picked the nostalgic location. Lexi says, trying to sound normal. I did not know where else to go. Noah admits. They sit on a bench, the river moving steady beside them. Lexi places the notebook between them. I read all of it. Noah nods, throat working. Then you know. Lexi looks at him, eyes stinging. Why did you never tell me? Noah's mask finally cracks. Because I was scared. He says. Not of loving you. I have done that forever. He swallows. I was scared of losing you. Lexi exhales, shaky laugh. I thought you were just being Noah. She wipes her cheek. I did not understand that being you meant loving me. Noah holds her gaze. Do you understand now? Yeah. Lexi whispers. And it is terrifying, because now I see how much you swallowed. Noah's voice goes quiet. I did not want to pressure you. I needed pressure. Lexi says, half laughing, half crying. I am dense. Like a happy brick. Noah lets out a real laugh, surprised. Lexi reaches for his hand. He turns his palm up and holds on like he has waited his whole life. Noah Carter. Lexi says. Tell me what you want. Noah inhales. I want you. His voice shakes, honest. I want to stop pretending I am just your protector. He looks down, then back up. I want a life with you. I want to marry you someday, if you will let me. Lexi laughs, tears falling. You skipped a few steps. Noah panics. I can go back. I can say I like you first. No. Lexi says, laughing harder. Noah, stop. She cups his face. I want you too. Noah goes still, then his eyes shine. He kisses her, gentle at first, then sure, like coming home. A shout interrupts them. I knew it. Ella stands nearby with a boba cup, grinning like she won the lottery. Ethan stands beside her, awkward but smiling. Ethan lifts a hand. Congrats. Also, sorry for the roses. I did not know. It is okay. Lexi says, cheeks hot. Ethan steps back. Take care of her. Noah answers without hesitation. Always. Weeks later, Northline signs. Brian gets removed from the account after the executives complain. On the night the contract closes, Noah brings Lexi back to the park and opens a small box. A simple ring. A promise. It is not pressure. Noah says. Just me choosing you out loud. Lexi laughs through fresh tears. Put it on. He slides it onto her finger, hands shaking. Lexi squeezes his hand. One rule. Anything. Noah says. No more secret diaries. Lexi says, tapping the notebook. If you have feelings, you tell me, out loud. Noah smiles, warm and real. Deal. Lexi leans in, voice bright. Then start practicing, husband in training. Noah laughs, relieved, and kisses her again as the city glows behind them. The next day at work, everyone knows. Not because Lexi announces it. Because Ella is incapable of silence. Lexi walks in holding Noah's coffee, and Ella makes a sound like a siren. Oh my god. People look up. Lexi freezes, then keeps walking, cheeks burning. Noah takes the coffee from her hand with a quiet smile. He does not hide it. Ethan passes by, gives Lexi a friendly nod, and keeps moving. There is no drama, just clarity. Lexi feels oddly grateful. During a team meeting, Brian's replacement speaks politely and stays on topic. Afterward, Lexi notices Noah watching her with a soft focus, like he is memorizing her in daylight. It makes her stomach flip. At lunch, Lexi's mom calls. So, her mother says, suspicious. Ella told Aunt May that you are dating Noah Carter. Lexi nearly chokes on her noodles. Ella did what? Her mom sighs, but she sounds pleased. Your father says he always knew. Then her mom adds, firm. Bring him to dinner on Sunday. Lexi laughs, nervous. Yes, ma'am. Sunday is loud, warm, and full of food. Noah shows up in a button-down like he is attending a job interview. Lexi's dad sizes him up, then laughs and claps him on the shoulder. Noah. Her dad says. You have been hanging around our daughter for years. He points a chopstick at him. Now you have to be serious. Noah nods, steady. I am serious. Lexi's mom watches them like a hawk, then finally smiles. Good. She says. Eat. Noah eats dumplings like his life depends on it. Lexi watches him laugh at her dad's jokes, and something in her chest settles. This is not a fling. This is a long story finally turning the page. Later, when they walk out into the night, Noah laces his fingers with hers. I can do this. He says quietly. Family dinners, work stress, all of it. Lexi bumps his shoulder. You have been doing it for 20 years. Noah looks at her, eyes warm. Now I get to do it with permission.
Thanks for watching. Follow for more romance stories.